Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tushar Goel, and in this tutorial we will learn about more control statements. So in previous video we will start with control statements. So let's continue with that topic. So until now what we learn what is decision, what is control statements, and what are its types. So and we start one of its type, that is decision command statements, in which we did if statement, we did if else statements, and if else ladder. If you do not do these three statements, you can check my previous video. I will explain everything about these three statements. So in this tutorial we will continue with further topics, that is nested if else statements. So basically nested if else statements are those statements in which there are two if, that is one is outer if and one is inner if. So here you can see that one here, this if is an outer if, but inside this one more if is placed, that is inner if. So when we have a certain condition in which we check first condition, if it get true we check another condition, then we use nested if else statements. So here every if has its subsequent else part. So here inner if having its own subsequent else part, and outer if having its own subsequent else part. So this is all about its syntax. So now let's take one example to show you how this if else will work, nested if else will work. Here in this video I will take one example in which I will evaluate the greatest of three number here by using nested if else statement. We can also evaluate greatest of three number by using if else ladder, but I am evaluating by nested if else statement. So here in this video you can learn something new, that is, so here I take one example, that is a is equal to 30 and b is equal to 40 and c is equal to 21. So here if I will first check that a is greater than c. If it's true, then it will compare a with rest of elements, that is b. If a is also greater than b and c, then that means a is greater and I will print on a screen. But if a is not greater than b but it's greater than c, that means b is greater than both the numbers, that is c and a. So here I will write b is greater than a. But if a is not greater than c, then it will not evaluate if part, because if part will evaluate only when the condition is true. So when the condition get false, it will move to the else part, and in else part I make one more condition in which I am checking that b is greater than c or not. If b is greater than c, then it will print b, otherwise it will print c. So this is all about evaluating greatest of three numbers. So I will show you by run the program. Here you can see that b is greater, that is here you can see that b is greater. Because how? Now here 30 will compare by 21, and which is true. In next statement it will compare that 30 value with 40, which is not true. That's why the compiler will shift to the else part and print b is a greater element. But if I make a is greater, then it will print a is a greater element. Here you can see that a is greater element. In this condition both the if are get corrected, and inside the statement of inner if is printed by compiler. So the but if I want to print a C element which is by making it greater, then it will sorry so just run it. Now you can see that C is greater. So it's very simple to use these kind of statements. By using these kind of statements, you can make so many condition in your programs and make a good design or complex program by using simple if and else statements. So moving to next statement, which is our switch statement. So basically switch statement is a compatible version of if statements. In switch statements, we make multiple cases at once. If condition curly brace start case semicolon colon, this is syntax. Switch statement. Syntax expression break so here you can use in this we make number of cases and its subsequent expression, and after complete that case we put break, and same for similar cases, rest of cases. Case this is one, case 2, expression break, and by after putting all the cases we make default and its expression and we this time we don't put break because so let's understand this syntax. Now here switch is a keyword which is reserved word, and condition is a that condition on which these following case will evaluate its expression. Suppose if the condition matches to case 1, then particular case 1 will evaluate its expression will evaluate, and after completion the case 1, the break statement will break whole the loop and make compiler out from these two braces by don't evaluating the rest of case. That's why break is used. Basically break is used for breaking the loop when a particular case is execute, and in last when none of case is matched by condition, then the default expression will evaluate, in which we write anything that you enter wrong input, that number is not exist, anything. And you can observe one thing, that after default I did not put break statement because breaks default is a last expression of the brace. So if I put break statement, it will not reflect any change. So it's up to you. You may put the break statement or you may not put the break statement. So let's take one example of switch statements, that is int A is equal to A is equal to 10, switch A, here I am making case 10 colon. Here you have to take care about colon, because if you don't put colon, then there might be a syntax error. See out right case break case 11 see out tenth case 11 case and at the end default wrong input. So here you can see that A having 10 value. So in condition of switch statement, here I write A, which is matched by my cases number. So here case 10 is for perfect matched by value of A, so it will execute and rest of things are not execute. So let's run the program. First of all, save it. Okay, just wait for a minute. Yeah, right now it's okay. So I just make you understand. So let's save it and now run it. Now you can say that 10 cases execute and rest of cases are not execute, because A is equal to 10 will match by only case 10, but if I change the value to 11, then 11 case will execute. You can see that. And if I erase it, then you can check wrong input. But how if I don't put break, after every case? I just show you what will happen. Now every statement will execute which reside in switch statement. So you can see that 10 case, 11 case and wrong input, 3 of statements are execute because I don't put break. So break basically breaks the flow of control to particular brace. So here the scope of switch statement is reside only this particular braces, that's why the break statement will break the flow and throughout throw the compiler from outside this brace. So I hope you understand the switch and nested if else statements, and I hope you like my channel. Please subscribe my channel, share it with your friends, and please comment your questions. I will happy to give you answer. Thank you so much for watching this video.